Good day, everyone. Today, we will talk about Ludwig von bertalanffy. Bertalanffy was one Australian-born in biologist who was known as one of the founder of the general system theory, which will be our lesson for today. And at the end of the lesson, we would be able to know what general system and what are a characteristic, the different parts and the types of system. So let us proceed to our first reporter.
Ludwig von bertalanffy was born September 19, 1901 in Alzerdorf near Vienna. He came from a distinguished family which included many scholars and court officials. He grew up as only child, educated at home by private tutors until he was 10. When he arrived at gymnasium, he was already well habituated in learning by reading and he continued to study on his own. In 1981, Bertalanffy started his study at the university level in philosophy and arts history first at the University of Vienna. In 1934, he received his habilitation in theoretical biology. Bertalanffy was appointed private docent at the University of Vienna. In 1938, he joined the Nazi Party which facilitated his promotion to professor at the University of Vienna in 1940. Between 1954 to 1955, he was a senior fellow at the Center for Advanced Study in Behavioral Sciences at Stanford. Next, he became a director of Cancer Research Division of Mount Sinai Hospital in Los Angeles. Afterwards, he went as a visiting fellow to the Manager Foundation in Topeka, Kansas, where he did some work on the problems of mental illness. In 1961, he returned to Canada as the professor of theoretical biology at the University of Alberta. In 1969, he left Alberta to join the staff to newly formed Center of Theoretical Biology at the University of Buffalo, where he died in 1972. Today, Bertalanffy is considered a founder and one of the principal authors of the known as a general system theory.
So hello, good day everyone. My name is Pabiko Mika D from BSN1 Block H. So now, I discuss all about the topic of the premises of the system theory. The system theory puts forth the premise that organization like living organisms are made up of numerous component subsystems that must work together in harmony for the larger system to succeed. Subsystem theory states that organizational success relies on synergy, interrelational, and interdependence between different subsystems. As arguably the most valuable components of a company, employees make up various vital subsystems within an organization. Departments, work groups, business units, facilities, and individual employees can all be considered a component system of the organization. So, General System Theory (GST) was outlined by Ludwig von bertalanffy 1968. Its premise is that complex systems share organizing principles which can be discovered and modeled mathematically. The term came to relate to finding a general theory to explain all systems in all fields of science.
Study of the abstract organization of phenomena, independent of their substance, type, or spatial or temporal scales of existence. It is also a management methodology as it is a way of analyzing and thinking about organizations and also alternative approach. Simpler definition says, a theory that says an organization as a set of interrelated and interdependent parts, the system theory focuses on understanding the organization as an open system that transforms inputs into outputs. This theory is based on the work of biologist Ludwig von bertalanffy, who believed that generalized system model could be used to unit science. Early contributors to this theory included Kenneth Boulding, Richard Johnson, Fremont Cass, and James Rosenzweig. The system theory began to have a strong impact on management taught in the 1960s as a way of thinking about managing techniques that would allow managers to relate different specialties in parts of the company to one another as well as to external environment factors. The system theory focuses on the organization as a whole, its interaction with the environment, and its need to achieve equilibrium.
There are two types of systems, open and closed. An open system, such as a human organism or a process, such as the nursing process, interacts with the environment, exchanging information between the system and the environment. Factors that change the environment also affect an open system. A closed system, such as a chemical reaction within a test tube, does not interact with the environment. Like all systems, the nursing process has a specific purpose or goal. The goal of the nursing process is to organize and deliver patient-centered care. System is made up of separate components. The parts rely on one another, are interrelated, share a common purpose, and together form a whole. As a system, the nursing process has the following components: input, output, feedback, and content. Input for the nursing process is the data or information that comes from a patient's assessment. Example, how the patient interacts with the environment and the patient's physiological function. Output is the end product of a system, and in the case of the nursing process, it is whether the patient's health status improves, declines, or remains stable as a result of nursing care. Feedback serves to inform a system about how it functions. For example, in the nursing process, the outcomes reflect the patient's responses to nursing interventions. The outcomes are part of the feedback system to refine the plan of care. Other forms of feedback in the nursing process include responses from family members and consultation from other healthcare professionals. The content is the product and information obtained from the system. Again, using the nursing process as an example, the content is the information about the nursing interventions for patients with specific health care problems.
Good day everyone, my name is Teresa Grace Octa and I discuss about characteristic features of system theory. Communication. Communication mechanism must be put in place for organizational system to exchange relevant information with its environment. Communication provides for the flow information among the subsystem, system, subsystem, and supersystem. System are the set interrelated parts that turn inputs and outputs through processing. Subsystem is the step that does the processing of the objective within organization. Supersystem or other system is environment of which the survival of local system is dependent. For example, digestive system that composed of any subsystem, which are a mouth, stomach, and intestine that work together or process together of two essential functions within our body. Supersystem. Boundaries. The part of system that separate its form, its environment. that 4 types of boundaries involved in the processing are physical, linguistical, systematic, and physiological boundaries. Goal-directedness. Systems are goal-oriented and engage in feedback in order to meet the goals of the organization. Also, every part of the system is independent, which is other working together towards the goal. For example, the objective while ago, which our digestive system is ensure the food digestive with some product in related circulatory system to nature of the body by other product being expelled. It is important to identify objectives of any existing or new system to be able to understand to evaluate its effectiveness.
Advantage of a system theory. It focuses on the environment and how the changes can impact the organization. Burdens the theoretical aspects for viewing the behavior of the organization, and it is designed to deal with complex tasks. It aims in meaningful analysis of organization for their management, facilitates interaction between organization and environment, and this are advantage disadvantage of the system theory. The system theory doesn't focus on specific task functions over conceptual. Unpractical, it can be easily and directly applied to practical problems. The theory changes in environment directly affect the structure and function of the organization. It doesn't directly explore the impact of interpersonal relationships, type of interaction, its dependencies, and loyalty on.
System theory is used to measure performance, control, and compute the interaction among individuals in each department of the organization. The systems theory approach, a component of modern organization theory, views organizations as open social systems that interact with their surroundings in order to exist. An external component that gauges effectiveness based on long-term growth or sustainability in the system theory of management method. Leaders are better able to comprehend and keep an eye on the operations of each organizational unit with the aid of system theory. They are able to recognize poor performance and take appropriate action to improve it. A framework for comprehending the connections and effects of choices and actions made across the organization is provided by this theory of systems. When the system theory is presented in an organization, this is in growth and development. If a typical managerial leader has any knowledge of the system theory, it is easier to manage the mechanisms of product and services leaving the organization. By using the systems theory, management can gain a deeper understanding of organizational processes and mechanisms. System advocates envision the organization as being made up of interdependent factors including individuals, groups, attitudes, motives, formal structures, interaction goals, status, and authority. If all parts of the organization are not coordinated internally, then organization goals cannot be achieved. Again, open system approach recognize that original are not self-content. They rely on their environment for essential inputs as a sources to absorb their outputs. So, approach is very crucial for organization for its existence in business scenario and economic environment in order to face all cyclic circumstances and move a step ahead to achieve organizational goal.